Hey guys, welcome back. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about the dangers of visiting the deep dark web. Actually, the deep dark web is a place for criminals and black hat hackers. Who are black hat hackers? Well, in simple language we can say that they are bad hackers participating in criminal activities, illegal hacking, malwares and many of them. So let's say in a city there are 100,000 people. Then out of that 100,000, only 100 would be knowing about the deep dark web. But basically all the things we discuss in this course. So it's quite risky if you are not following specific protocols or methods before visiting the deep dark web. It's basically like tossing a piece of meat in front of a lion and expecting the lion not to eat the piece of meat, right? So here in this lecture we are going to talk about the types of threats which can be encountered while we are visiting the deep dark web. We will discuss the safety measures to be taken care of before visiting the deep dark web in the next lecture. Types of threats which can possibly come across you while or after surfing the deep dark web. Malicious software. As we discussed earlier, in the deep dark web is filled with criminals and black hat hackers. On the deep dark web, several hackers have specially built a website for hacking purposes. So that when you visit that particular website, the website tries to install something, apparently a small file in the form of cookies or any other medium that can actually be a malicious software or even an attack script. In some cases, the hackers also gain remote access to your device. In general cases, they lock or encrypt all the computer files and ask for some kind of money or bitcoins to get your files back. So, prevention is better than cure. Government monitoring. See, as the majority of the dark web are illegal, there are chances that they are being monitored by the government. Also, in several countries, the government keeps tight watch on the dark web for security purposes. Several websites posting some leaked secret national documents or anti nationalist articles are more likely to be monitored by the government. Also, illegal websites, of course. So, even if you visit such websites, even if you don't buy or order any kind of stuff, it may be possible that you are monitored by the government. In several countries like China, mainly republic countries, it is more likely to happen. By the way, visiting the deep dark web is not illegal, but visiting some websites which are shortlisted by the government is. So better be safe than sorry. Scams. Of course, the dark web is filled with scammers. Majority of the websites offering cheap credit or debit cards, PayPal balance or Bitcoin generator or Amazon gift cards or even hitman services may be scam. Maybe the person having a hitman service website would be sitting in his garage wearing a pair of boxers and waiting for some fools to drop him free money, right? So even if you need to buy or avail any kind of service, well, I don't recommend that. Always find a trusted seller. And as the payment on the dark web are in the form of bitcoins, we all know one thing about bitcoins. They can be traced or returned. Hackers. We discussed about them in the malicious software section. The black hat hackers are always in the trail of someone to attack, so stay alert. Identity theft. See, wherever there are customers, there are sellers. Even on the dark web, there are some legit service providers, but not all. What do you think where these websites get this credit card or account like PayPal accounts or even passwords? They claim to create a fake identity of a person. From where did they acquire this data? It's stolen data. For this, they organize a cyber attack on somebody, obtaining all his data, including credit card numbers, passport data, driving license, Google accounts. So, whenever you feel that a website is taking too long to respond or asking you to enable scripts or even asking permission to store cookies, immediately close them. They might be a threat. So, in this lecture, we discussed about the possible threats which can be faced while you are surfing the deep dark web. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss about the safety measures which are very important to stay safe from the threats we discussed just now. See you there. Thank you very much. Hey guys, welcome back. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the required security measures that should be taken care of before accessing the deep dark web. How to surf safely on the deep dark web? Well, actually, to prevent our devices from any kind of malwares or any type of leak, it can be files leak or location leak. The given steps are very important. So let's discuss them. Browser settings. Actually, the Tor browser has a quite strong security feature. So the first layer of the security is always the Tor browser. We deeply discussed about the Tor security settings and installing Tor sessions previously in this course. You need to block any type of script, maybe it Java or JavaScript, because they play a key role in interaction between the device and the website. Secondly, you need to block the automatically download setting, which is default, and shift to ask before downloading. This can be very useful when device try to install certain files like cookies without asking permissions for it. And lastly, you need to deny all the services like location or data, which the browser asks sometimes. It can leak your data and location. For more details and practical execution, you can rewatch the installing Tor video up in the course. VPN. The Tor has an inbuilt VPN. It changes your location automatically as you open the browser. But several times, due to the information required by a particular website, this inbuilt VPN feature is breached. So for another layer of security, it is advised to use an external VPN. Public Wi-Fi. Do you know the website uploaders on the deep dark web always uses public Wi-Fi for updating or making any changes to this website? It is essential as your activity can be monitored by the government or any other individual, maybe a hacker. And if you are successful in breaching the Tor security, you can easily caught as you will be using your personal or office Wi-Fi. Once you are detected, the device IP, your location, etc., everything is leaked. So it's not compulsory, but it's advisable to use a public Wi-Fi while accessing the deep dark web. Tails, the amnesiac incognito live system. Actually, we had a whole lecture on this topic. Tails is an operating system installed in a hardware device like pen drive or a CD-ROM, and it comes with all the applications required to access the deep dark web. And its main plus point is it does not store any kind of files. All the memory used while using Tails is executed in the processing unit of the computer, due to which whenever you eject the device containing Tails, all the memory related to the dark web is deleted in the computer as well as in the hardware device. So it's the safest way so far to access the deep dark web. On-site notification, yes. After taking care of all topics, on-site notifications can breach them all. For the websites on the surface web, it's common to ask for cookies or any kind of data usage. But in the case of dark web, it can be very harmful. Once you accept the cookies policy of a website, it can download and store any malicious file, which ultimately invite hackers. My advice to you would be that you should use a computer that has no or negligible amount of sensitive data. So when it is hacked or any kind of malware is installed, you can just format the device and start over. That's the way I use. Anyway, that is for this lecture. We are really close to completing this course. Congratulations. You read so far. I really hope you enjoyed this course and I request you to give the feedback. Either it may be positive or negative. It will be very helpful for us to further improve this course. So that's it. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture. Summary. In this video, we are just going to get a brief summary of what we learned in this entire course. So let's get started. So what did we actually learn in this course? First of all, we learned about the deep dark web. What is it and why is it hidden? In this lecture, we are not going to discuss the points deeply, but just the topics we learned. We learned the general difference between both the webs, their contents, and browsers we use to access them. Tor browser. We discussed about the Tor browser. As you know, it is used to access the deep dark web. We also discussed about the anonymity factor, which keeps Tor running and in demand. We also discussed about the security measures to be taken care of before accessing the deep dark web. In the installing Tor lecture, blockchain technology. It's the way through which Tor browser as well as the Bitcoin transfer takes place. Anonymity. Of course, we discussed about it a lot in this course. It actually protects the identity as well as the privacy of a user while surfing on the internet. Cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are digital currencies which can be used for trading or even purchasing on the dark web. Types and scope. Well, there are many type of cryptocurrencies and they are famous because of their high volatility in their prices. We also discussed about mining a Bitcoin for free and trading them for a profit. Surfing the dark web. Well, that was the fun element of our course. We roamed in the dark web, visiting some interesting websites and had some fun. Dangers and their prevention. Well, from a safety view of aspect, this was the most important part of our course. We discussed about the threats which can be faced while surfing the deep dark web, as well as the security measures that should be taken care of while surfing. First of all, congratulations. You completed this course. This was a great journey with you. Hope to see you soon in any other course. Please do provide a feedback. May it be negative or positive, but please, guys, do provide it. It helps us to make this course even better for you guys. That's it for this lecture. Actually, this was or is my first course. So, thank you very much for showing this newbie so much love. I and our team will always be thankful for you. Thank you very, very, very much. Goodbye and see you soon. Congratulations, guys. You completed this course. I hope you learned in brief about how to visit these deep and dark webs or cryptocurrencies or threats which can be faced while you are visiting a normal web, as well as the deep dark web and security measures. Please provide your valuable feedback as it helps us to improve this course. And thank you very much for bearing us this long. Again, thank you and congratulations. Goodbye.